Guys, do subscribe the Gate Hunt and press the bell icon to receive notifications on latest jobs updates, Gate talks and video lectures on Gate and IES.
Hello guys, welcome to this 18th lecture of ICT for GS for IES. So guys, today we will be learning about e-governance. So guys, before talking about that, what does this e-governance means, let us talk about e-government and then we will move on to the e-governance. So guys, this e-government may be defined as the integration of information and communication technology which is used in public administration. So what does this public administration means? It means various government processes, various government operations, and various government structures. So, this e government is the integration of information and communication technology which is used in various government processes, various government operations, and various government structures. So, what is the use of ICT in this public administration? It is used in order to enhance the transparency, accountability, and citizen participation. So guys, talking about the various benefits of e-government, then we can say that this e-government facilitates greater level of efficiency and effectiveness in government activities and processes. Moreover, this e-government facilitates enhancement of government services reachability to citizens. That is, with the introduction of e-government, all the projects and services started for the benefit of the citizens can be now easily reached to the citizens without any corruption issues. Moreover, this e-government simplifies government administrative processes. Guys, this e-government encourages the citizens' participation, which means whatever service has been initiated by the government, so in order to utilize that service, the citizens' participation is required. So this citizen participation can be encouraged with the help of e-government. Guys, moreover, this e-government enhances the interaction between citizens and government. So guys, now let's talk about that what does this e-governance mean. So the first definition of this e-governance implies that it is a service delivery platform of government. So whatever service the government is willing to provide to the citizens, it is not providing the service by directly coming to the citizens. So via ICT technology, that is information and communication technology, that is via e-governance, a government is providing its service to the citizens. Guys, moving on, the second definition of e-governance says that it is an application of ICT which is used by the government in order to transform governance into a smart governance. So guys, what does this smart stands for? In this SMART, this S stands for simple, M stands for moral, A stands for accountability, R stands for responsive, T stands for transparency. So guys, simple means that service provided by the government should be easily understandable to the user. And similarly, it should be according to the moral values and the government should be accountable to it. And this responsive means that with respect to service, if there is any issue faced by the citizen, then he can give some feedback to the government and then the government has to respond to it immediately. And moreover, all the organizations should function in a transparent manner. So this e-governance facilitates all these five qualities to a government. Guys, moving on, the third definition of e-governance says that it is a tool which makes various government services available to citizens in a convenient way. Guys, moreover, the fourth definition of this e-governance says that e-governance means governing or administrating the state or country or organizations with the help of ICT. So guys, various benefits of this e-governance are that this e-governance facilitates better provision of various government services. That is, the government services can be provided in a better way to the citizens. Guys, moving on, the second benefit of this e-governance is that it facilitates improved interaction with different groups, that is different organizations involved in government. Moreover, this e-governance facilitates efficient government management. So guys, various objectives of e-governance are to increase the government and citizens interaction, to encourage citizens participation, to bring the transparency in government processes, that is, money spent in providing a service should be effectively utilized in that service. Moreover, next objective of e-governance is to reduce the cost of governance and to make the government accountable. Guys, moving on, there are four types of e-governance models. So number first is G2C, which stands for government to citizen e-governance model. Second one is G2B, which stands for government to business e-governance model. With third one is G2G, which stands for government to government e-governance model. And the fourth one is G2E, which stands for government to employee e-governance model. So guys, we will be discussing about all these models one by one. So guys, the first model is G2C e-governance model, which stands for government to citizens e-governance model. So guys, using this model, there can be an interaction between government and citizen. So guys, one example which comes under this G2C e-governance model is e-challan. So as to know whether you have to pay anything to police department with respect to crossing signals, with respect to illegal riding, various devices like camera are installed at different locations by government. So whenever you are found to do such activities, a challan is sent to you automatically via internet, and you can pay that challan via internet without going to any police station. So this e-challan is one of the example of G2C e-governance model. Guys, some other examples of this G2C e-governance model are e-registration, through which you can register yourself for any government scheme. And one more example of this G2C e-governance model is e-healthcare. Guys, moving on, the second type of e-governance model is G2B e-governance model, which stands for government to business e-governance model. Guys, using this model, there can be an interaction between government and business. Guys, for example, e-tendering comes under this G2B e-governance model. So in e-tendering, the government does the tendering of various highway projects and railway projects and all other public projects, and the auction is held among all the companies which are interested in the construction of those public projects. Guys, moving on, one more example of this G2B e-governance model is e-taxation. So the various types of taxes like income tax and other taxes that the businesses are required to pay to the government can now be paid online, that is via internet. Guys, the third example of this G2B e-governance model is e-licensing. So for running a business, you should have a valid license. So you can apply for this license via internet. Guys, moving on, the third type of this e-governance model is G2G e-governance model, which stands for government to government e-governance model. So guys, using this model, we can create an interaction between government departments or central government to state government. Guys, various examples of this G2G e-governance models are e-police, e-courts and e-administration. Guys, moving on, the fourth type of e-governance model is G2E e-governance model, which stands for government to employee e-governance model. Guys, using this model, we can establish an interaction between government and employee. So, one example of this type of e-governance model is e-taxation. That is, the employee can now pay their income taxes using internet. So guys, these are some examples of various initiatives taken by central government and state government which comes under e-governance. So guys, the first example is IRCTC. So this is an e-governance application which provides the availability of train berths and enables us to book our required berths. Guys, moving on, second example is Bhoomi. So this program is initiated by the Karnataka government, and in this program, land details are filled by the landowner on an online portal in an online manner. Guys, moving on, the third example of e-governance project is Gyandoot, which is initiated by Madhya Pradesh government. So guys, objective of this project is to reach tribal people. Guys, as we know that these tribal people have no internet connectivity. So these tribal people comes to Gyandoot centers and get the required information about various government projects. Moreover, this Gyandoot project enables the people living in Madhya Pradesh to pay their current bills in generating caste certificates and all other activities related to public administration. Guys, moving on, a project called Friends initiated by Kerala government has also the same features as the Gyandoot project, and a project called Lok Mitra initiated by the Himachal Pradesh government has also the same features as the Gyandoot project, and a project called E-Mitra initiated by Rajasthan government has also the same features as the Gyandoot project. Guys, moving on, now let's talk about that what does this e-commerce means. So it is a type of business model that enables a firm or person to conduct the business online. Guys, this e-commerce works in all four types of major marketing segments. That is B2B, which stands for business to business, and B2C, which stands for business to customer, C2C, which stands for customer to customer, and C2B, which stands for customer to business. So guys, nowadays there are many e-commerce companies like Amazon, Flipkart, through which you can buy or sell anything online. So guys, the main advantage of this e-commerce is its convenience. That is, it is a very convenient tool to sell or buy any item. For example, for purchasing a home, nowadays there are so many websites available to purchase it sitting at home, like housing.com, magicbricks.com, etc. So the photos are available on the website, and directly you can visualize that how the locality of the home looks like. Guys, the main disadvantage of this e-commercing is that the physical condition of an item is not known. So for example, when you are buying a laptop, you are not touching it. So you are not knowing the physical condition of an item when you are buying it through e-commerce websites. Guys, moving on, let's talk about that what does this RSS means. So RSS stands for three different things. First, full form of RSS is rich site summary. Second one is really simple syndication. And the third one is RTF site summary. So guys, let us consider that you are a very famous person having an account in Twitter, in FB, and you are having a blog. So let us consider that you comment a comment 1 in your Twitter account, you comment a second comment 2 in your Facebook account, and you commented a third comment, let us say comment 3 in your blog. So if I subscribe you through this RSS, all your comments will be shown to me at a single location. So what is the functionality of this RSS is it takes the latest information from various websites and pushes that information into your computer. So guys, the symbol of this RSS is like this. Guys, moving on, let's talk about this social networking website that is MySpace. So it is a popular social networking website, and in this website you can create your profile, and moreover in this website we can create our blog and we can post our pics. So guys, before finishing this e-governance topic, let us discuss one question which came in IES 2017 based on this e-governance. So the question is, consider the following statements concerning e-governance and technology. First statement is, RSS is not a very useful tool for working on web service technology. Second statement is, MySpace is one of the most visited network in the world. Third statement is, Facebook.com is not the most useful social networking site of choice for most students. And the fourth statement is that Wiki is a group collaboration software tool on web service technology. So guys, the question says that which of the above statements are correct. The first option is 1 and 4, second option is 2 and 4, third option is 1 and 3, and fourth option is 2 and 3. So guys, this first statement says that RSS is not a very useful tool for working on web service technology. So it is not true, because it is a very useful tool for working on web service technology. Guys, just now we have learned that this RSS takes the latest information from various websites and puts that information into our computer. So because of this RSS, now there is no need to go on website 1, website 2 and website 3 regarding one concept. Based on our search preferences, it will show all the information on a single page. So we can say that this RSS is a very useful tool for working on web service technology. So this statement 1 is an incorrect statement. Guys, moving on, the second statement says that MySpace is one of the most visited network in the world. So which is the correct statement. Guys, moving on, the third statement says that Facebook.com is not the most useful social networking site of choice for most students. So this is a wrong statement, because as we know that most of the students are having a Facebook profile, and it is the most preferable social networking website for most of the students, because using the Facebook they can share their photos and videos, they can raise various public issues, and moreover they can follow various educational pages. So we can say that Facebook is the most useful social networking site of choice for most of the students. So this statement third is then incorrect statement. Guys, moving on, the fourth statement says that Wiki is a group collaboration software tool on web service technology. So guys, if we consider Wikipedia, there is some information present there and you can edit and delete that information. So which means that it is a group collaboration software tool. So you can say that this fourth statement is also correct statement. So from here we can say that this B option is the correct option.
Guys, do hit the like button and do subscribe the Gate Hunt and press the bell icon to receive notifications on latest jobs updates, Gate talks and video lectures on Gate and IES.